guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the NBA because there's a lot of craziness going on. For example, Milwaukee in a panic attack. They right now are a really bad team, so you won't see much from them this season. But the first thing we want to talk about is Zion Williamson ruled out indefinitely with hamstring strain. What does this mean for the Pelicans? Well, let's just put it this way. Right now, the Pelicans are, well, last season the Pelicans were 7th in the West. They were a playing team. They were a pretty good team. They won 49 games last year. And this season already, Zion is already averaging 22.7 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 45% from the field. Great numbers. Just today, he's out. It was just reported that he was out, so he will not be playing for the rest of the season. It's a bad news when you figure out that the Pelicans are in a losing streak. As you see, they lost to Cleveland, they lost to Golden State twice, and they lost to Portland. They're in a panic attack because, as you see right here, Zion can average really good games where he scores 29, 34 points. It's just great basketball. But of course, he got ruled out. He will announce Saturday that Zion Williamson has been diagnosed with a left hamstring strain and will be out indefinitely. So now, another thing we can talk about is Giannis. Apparently he wants to leave the Bucks. Let's learn about that. So he goes out and says, I don't think help is on the way. Through the trade market, they called pretty much the whole league. So, whoops, wrong one. So Giannis is saying that his team is not going to trade for anybody and win the game. He's calling out his own team. And right now on The Athletics, he was interviewed, and he said, he was asked, do you have it back in your mind, like, what if this year doesn't go well? And he says, yeah, if we don't win a championship, I might get traded. Yeah, this is the job we live in. So, Giannis is saying that openly. He's saying openly that he will be traded. And let's just take it as this, ladies and gentlemen. Giannis is a great player for basketball, right? If he gets traded, the Bucks are already, hold on. The Bucks are already a terrible team. If we go this season, the Bucks right now, this season the Bucks are tied for the second to worst team in the East. Really, it's the worst team in the East, so that makes sense. But that's a bad look. You have two superstars, Giannis and Damian Lillard. These two guys, amazing basketball players. But if you look, the reason why they're losing all these games is very simple. They played, so look at this. They lost to New York by like an astounding defeat. They're playing some pretty tough competition here. But their lineup is just not there real well. They don't have role players to step up when the time comes. Like Damian Lillard, these two guys right here are carrying their basketball team. These guys like MarJon Beauchamp, Gary Trent Jr., Chris Livingston, Bobby Portis, Brook Lopez, Taurean Prince, Ryan Rollins, like all these guys are just mid. They're not the type of guy to score 20 points per game when they're down by 10 with like 1 minute left to go. They can't bring up the hype. So Milwaukee, if they wanted to, they could get Giannis, trade Giannis to a team, get some good role players around Damian Lillard. Because look, he's already 34 years old. That's very old. So if I were them, I would try to trade for picks, try to get some draft capital in the draft, and try to make Milwaukee a good team. And like as I said, they're 2-7. They can totally do it. Now, if you look at the other end of the spectrum, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers, which are 10-0. If we go back to the NBA standings, they are the number one team, 10-0. They're better than Boston. So, well, what does this mean? Well, this is a good indicator to think that Cleveland has great role players around them. And here's a great example. Watch this clip of Jarrett Allen against the Bucks. Watch this.
Don't stop the clock. Madison finds Lillard. Lillard will take the 2 here. No,
Crucial block.
Allen with the rejection. A haymaker of a block.
Crucial block. There was like 5 seconds. If we go to that game, we look at the Bucks versus the Cavs, which was the game that Jarrett Allen got that block. That was such a crucial game. And I think it was like within like a couple of points, as you see. Like, right, look at that. It was a 1-point game. It was a 1-point game. And then look, the same exact thing. 2 days later, a 2-point game. I think one of these games, Jarrett Allen had that block. All I'm saying is this Cleveland roster is beautifully made. They have beautiful role players around their superstars. Right now, Jarrett Allen, especially Evan Mobley, these guys are playing great defense, great basketball. These guys, if they keep it up, they can honestly be... Right now, they're better than the Boston Celtics. I think there's a world where they can make it to the second round, have some really good stretch of games, maybe lose in Eastern Conference Finals to Boston or whatever, right? But this team, beautiful. One thing you notice about this team, with the Bucks, they're all old. They're all in the retirement home. This team, look at this. Evan Mobley is 23 years old. Jarrett Allen, 26. And then you have Donovan Mitchell at 28. These guys are young. These guys are going to get better and better as the years go on. So there's totally a world where if they have the right coaching, if they have the right plays, and if they can work together as a team, they might create something special here, because they have gone 10-0. The only team to do that was the 73-9 Warriors. They were one of the greatest teams of all time. So is this a sign that Cleveland's going to be the greatest team? Maybe not, but all I say right now is this is a great stretch of games for Cleveland, and that's about it in the NBA. Hope you guys like this video. Comment down below if you want to see any other NBA things that I missed. But yeah, see you guys. Thanks for watching.